Welcome to today's episode of Gardener's History Garden. I'm your host, and in this episode, we'll be diving into the world of Neo-Confucianism. This philosophical movement shaped Chinese society, politics, and culture for centuries. But what exactly is Neo-Confucianism, and why does it still matter today? Let's explore the founding, importance, and lasting effects of Neo-Confucianism. To understand Neo-Confucianism, we need to go back to ancient China. Confucianism, founded by Confucius in the 5th century BCE, emphasized moral, social harmony, and respect for hierarchy. But fast forward to the Song dynasty in the 11th century, and you'll see the birth of a new interpretation of Confucian teachings, Neo-Confucianism. Neo-Confucianism wasn't just a return to Confucianism, it was a reinterpretation influenced by Taoist and Buddhist thoughts. Key figures like Zhao Zi, one of the most influential philosophers of the era, played a vital role in shaping Neo-Confucianism. Zhao Zi emphasized the importance of inner cultivation and the idea that the universe operates in a balance of principles, which he called Li, the material world, and Qi. Zhao Zi's works, especially his commentary on the 4 books, the Analytics, Manchus, the Great Learning, and the Doctrine of the Mean, became essential texts for scholars. Neo-Confucianism built upon Confucius' ideas, but brought in new layers of metaphysical exploration. Why was Neo-Confucianism so important? Well, for starters, it became the dominant ideology of China, especially during the Song and Ming dynasties. It provided a philosophical framework for governance, social order, and personal ethics. Unlike Confucianism's more practical focus, Neo-Confucianism also delved into questions of cosmology, metaphysics, and ethics drawing from Taoism and Buddhism. One of the major contributions of Neo-Confucianism was its stress on self-cultivation and moral introspection. It suggested that aligning oneself with Li, the principle underlying all things, one could achieve moral perfection. This led to the focus on education, particularly the civil service exam, which tested scholars' knowledge of these teachings. Another crucial idea was the concept of heavenly principle, which implied that individuals were connected to the universe through their morality. This concept linked the individual's personal development to the broader societal good. In short, Neo-Confucianism offered a version of society in which each person's moral development was essential to maintaining social harmony. Fast forward to today, and Neo-Confucianism continues to have a lasting effect. In China, Taiwan, and parts of East Asia, Neo-Confucian principles still shape cultural values, including the importance of education, respect for hierarchy, and community well-being. In the realm of philosophy, Neo-Confucianism also influenced later thinkers across the globe. In Korea and Japan, for example, it had a profound impact on governance and societal norms, deeply influencing both Confucian thought and social structures. Perhaps most striking is Neo-Confucian influence on ethics and personal development. The idea that the self must cultivate virtue through education and introspection resonates in many contemporary philosophies today. It aligns with modern-day practices in self-help, mindfulness, and personal growth, where individuals strive for a harmonious connection between inner values and external actions. Politically, Neo-Confucianism created a foundation of governments for imperial China, especially with the civil service exam. This system was based on Confucian ideals of meritocracy, and Neo-Confucianism elevated these ideals to new heights. By making philosophical knowledge the basis of government positions, Neo-Confucian thinkers reinforced the ideas that good governance stems from moral individuals who are aligned with universal principles. Even today, some of the basic principles of governance in East Asia, such as respect for authority, a focus on education, and the emphasis of communal harmony, can be traced back to Neo-Confucianism. So in conclusion, Neo-Confucianism was not just an intellectual movement. It was a framework for how individuals related to society, governance, and the universe. From the teachings of Zhao Zi to its influence on modern philosophy and cultural values, Neo-Confucianism's legacy remains integral in shaping East Asia's ethical and social landscapes. We have just scratched the surface of this rich and multifaceted philosophy, but hopefully you've gained a deeper understanding of Neo-Confucianism's foundations, importance, and lasting effects. As we continue to explore world religions, remember that the past, though distant, often has much to teach us about the present and future. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, and if you liked it, please make sure to subscribe and like, and join us next time as we continue our journey through world religions. Until then, keep pondering.